All right, everybody, welcome to the 7th episode of the Vertical Play podcast. I am joined today by our special guest, Aaron, a
Hello.
prominent figure in the Iron Mountain Discord server. I am joined as well with our co-host, Kill Him Softly. Don will not be joining us for the podcast tonight, but he will be back next time. And I am Mopsky. Just a quick note to go over. I am sorry for not uploading the podcast to YouTube. I tried 3 times and I had one hell of a week. So it is not up there, but it will be up with the this podcast before it goes up on Tuesday. So we'll have that up for you. Today, we have a bit of an interesting episode, and we're going to structure it a little bit differently. One of our members, actually the leader of the team over at Iron Mountain, presented us with a question a couple weeks ago that I really thought required a bit more time than just having it at the end of an episode would. Basically, what he asked us is what changes would we like to see and what time of year. So, what we're going to do today is I'm going to let everybody have their own proverbial soapbox. They're going to present the changes that they want to see in the next year, and then we're going to kind of structure this like almost look at it like a year-long Operation Health, as far as like the changes that we would like to see each season, mid-season reinforcement, something like that. I don't want you to necessarily look at it like we're getting a year of Operation Health, because obviously we'll be throwing like regular season content in there as well, but I kind of wanted to save season content and our speculations till after the announcements when they come through at Invitational. So we can kind of add those on to these, but this is just kind of like the changes that we would like to see over this 5th year in Rainbow, and what time we would like to see them. So, Aaron, we'll go ahead and let you go first.
Awesome.
Show us what you got as far as changes that you would like to see in the game.
Yeah, so I have it laid out by season. Um and I also have like a notepad I have written down here too. Um Really one thing I want to see is I really like when they put new maps in the game. I'm not a huge fan of map reworks. Granted, I do like map reworks. I'm not saying I don't like map reworks, but I really liked Outback when it first came out. It was one of my favorite maps. I loved playing it. The event maps, I love playing the event maps. I hate to see them go when they go. So for season 1, I would love to see a new map. Um, I'd like to see some op reworks since they've already said there are only going to be 6 ops. To fill in that gap for the other 2, I'd like to see some op reworks. Obviously, Chank is a good one. Um, yeah, so for season 1, I'd like to see 2 new operators, the Chank rework, a new map. I don't really know what kind of new map I'd like to see. I don't know if you guys have any speculations on new maps at all or not, but and then I'd really like to see a brand new alpha pack system or just a rework to it because I really truly hate the alpha pack system.
I don't think you're alone on that, man.
It's it's horrible. um
It is, yeah.
and then so probably something for like mid season 1. I would like to see them fix their servers. I remember, I was watching the Pro League here back a few weeks ago, and there's been just these past few weeks, so many
Right.
people have glitched through maps, and
Well,
I
I
hate to
was
see
I
it.
was telling them, telling Mops and Don that I was watching the Dark Zero TSM match, and the game
Yeah,
got disconnected on the
yeah,
last round.
and then didn't somebody glitch through the map too, or get stuck in
I did
a
hear about that. Yeah, they got
yeah,
stuck. When I think they like went to place. It's some glitch where you like go to place a gadget in a certain area. I think Rook Armor or
yeah,
something, and you
I
get
don't,
glitched into the floor.
yeah, and then wasn't there another one in a G2 game or something like that?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
It
they kind of always have issues just because 'cause they're on EU.
yeah,
I feel
it's
like the
just
EU side is, like, even worse than
Could be a
the
server thing.
US.
yeah, I
Well,
think that's exactly what it
that's
is.
what he's saying, yeah.
I think that's exactly what it is. I think that it's just the server thing, but they need to fix that, like, especially just for Pro League,
Yeah,
because it's ridiculous. Like
yeah.
especially if you lose the game because of that. I don't know if any of them have made a huge difference, but I'm not saying that it can't. It definitely can make a devastating difference if somebody, your main fragger falls through the map and then
Right. Like, what are you supposed to do then?
Yeah, then you're tied 5-5 or something like that, and
Well, that's what happened in the DZ TSM game is that Mint disconnected
yeah,
on their like it wasn't the last round, but they still had to come back by like 3 rounds. But he got
yeah.
disconnected and they were attacking
I
on
I
Clubhouse,
I
which
bet after that game they were not happy. I guarantee you
I
that.
mean, yeah,
You can't blame everything all the time. Ah, shoot, it was the lag. But
right.
when you glitch
Yeah.
through the map, that's
That's
an that's an excuse right there.
that's part of the game's problem.
So I think that definitely needs to be fixed, and I'd like to see that as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Um, so then for season 2, I have written down a Fortress rework. I really liked Fortress. I know nobody else likes Fortress,
Hey,
but
I like Fortress too. I'll
I
be the first one to say it.
I liked Fortress. It's not the most balanced map, but I liked it. But I do know why people don't like it, so I could see them reworking that map, and I would love to see it because like I said, I love it. I like to see one of the. I think they should do a split op system. So not like two in season 1, two in season 2, and then two in season 3, and then none in season 4.
Mm,
So I would like to see one new operator in season 2, and then one new operator in season 3, and then they rework some operators. I know they leaked something about a castle rework a while back. I don't know if that's confirmed or not, but you know, if that's what I have written down in season 2. If that is going to happen, I'd like to see that in season 2. And one thing, I don't think Castle's a bad operator. I
yeah.
just don't like his gun.
Yeah, you think
It's
that maybe if they just switched him with a different weapon or something?
Well, not necessarily. I just think the ump needs a buff. I think it's a horrible gun. I can't stand it.
Yeah, but that means Pulse gets a buff.
Yeah, and I'm okay with that. I understand if some other people aren't, then I understand that. I don't know. Maybe they could give him a new gun. I'm not a dev. I don't I don't know everything, but
Well, I've heard like speculation, or not speculation, just like conjecture that um he should get the MP7. But I mean that
I
having
really
two
like the
MP
MP7.
having two MP7s on defense. I don't know.
I
I,
think
I
For
feel
I
like
think
we
it was
had this.
Intero that said that actually.
Yeah,
for Castle,
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah,
I wouldn't mind that. I like the MP7. It doesn't
yeah.
have an ACOG anymore, so it's not that.
I don't know.
Right.
I think the MP7's pretty intense.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I don't know. I like it.
It's
That's
a
probably
it's a
why I
damn
like it.
laser.
That's probably why I like it.
It's a laser, man.
uh, I was actually watching some leak videos earlier, and I seen that they leaked a Buck and a Zofia Elite, and that made me
Yeah, I did
really
hear about that.
that made me really happy because I'm a Zofia main.
Well,
I
I
love
love Buck,
Zofia.
so yeah, I would love to have a Buck Elite.
Yep, absolutely.
Does that mean
Um,
his skeleton key is gonna be like kick ass now? Like it's like gonna have like flames coming out of it or something?
eh,
Oh my god,
you
if
know,
they added a dragon's breath skin for the skeleton key, that would be
I
amazing.
know,
Like
right?
it doesn't
well,
have
that's
to it doesn't have
It
to
doesn't have
actually
to
like
shoot
shoot
fire, but yeah,
flames, but if it had
that'd be
dragon's
cool.
breath coming out of it, oh my
yeah, yeah,
god.
that'd be sick.
Well, how do you make so the big thing about the elites is they have their custom gadgets
That's what
skins
I'm
as
saying.
well.
Yeah,
So
that's what I'm
well, that's the
saying.
same
His
thing with
gadget
Zofia.
is
Zofia has that grenade launcher thing.
yeah,
How
yeah.
would they do that? Yeah, it shoots fire out of it. That'd be cool. you know, I I have no idea how they do it, but
Well, I think like I don't know. I think they've hinted towards at least Zofia because she has this one skin kit that's like it's called like future something about some like futuristic something like is the name of it,
yeah, but they're
Hmm.
and
all
it kind of
legendaries.
yeah, and it kind of does look futuristic. So I don't know. Maybe they'll like lean more towards like kind of futuristic near future kind of look, kind of like they did with Legion. I don't know. That might be kind of
yeah,
cool.
I don't like
Yeah.
Legion's elite. I think it looks
Yeah,
ugly, but
I don't really like it either, but I
I
don't know.
loved it when it first came out, but man oh man, I'm tired of seeing it now.
well, I
Well,
remember
the
when because
animation's
Darius
so stupid.
Darian has it. We just call him Duct Tape Man because it looks like he's just wrapped in blue duct tape.
I like that.
Right.
All right, what else
Yeah.
you got?
Well, okay. So season 2, mid-season, I have their anti-hack software. I I think hackers are a really big issue in the game right now,
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
and they ban them, but they just keep coming back. They're hackers
Because
are
the
always
game's
going to be a
$8.
thing. Yeah, but well, hackers are always going to be a thing, but they don't really do anything to punish them. I mean, yeah, $8 here and there, but these people are getting to Champion League, okay?
Yeah, well, the majority of Champion League is
They don't.
hackers, from what I understand.
Yeah, it is. It's horrible. Like I watch King George a lot, and feel like every other match he does
Mm.
is against a hacker or with a hacker or something like that, and it's
Stream snipers.
ridiculous. And yeah, and
We
stream
we
snipers
we
and stuff.
talked about this. I think last episode we talked
Mm-hmm.
about King George's stream snipers.
Yeah, he gets it all the time. It's kind of funny. I mean, what are you gonna do?
I think we talked about that but last episode, man, I was so tired. I do not remember. I was so beat.
Oh, I haven't seen the last episode because it has been posted on YouTube. Oh, just kidding.
I tried. I
Gotta
tried.
get that bot up.
I know. I'm just giving you a hard time. But yeah, I mean, honestly, for mid-season, I don't really have anything except for just like quality of life changes. Like fixing the servers and
Mm,
fixing their anti-hack stuff. But it needs to happen. It needs to be done, or
right.
else they're gonna be in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, for season 3, I have another new op, and then I think they need to do trap operator reworks. Now, what I mean to this, I think Legion specifically is extremely overpowered.
Yeah.
If you made a list of all the things the goo mine does, it makes every other trap operator look like a joke. I mean,
Well, Ubi did list it out with the most
there's
recent
like
patch.
10 different there's
Yeah.
like 10 different things the goo does. It prevents
Mm-hmm.
planting, it makes a sound, it has the little icon above it, it damages you, it slows you down, it negates your hearing. It does so much stuff. So I think Legion needs like a little nerf, and then I also feel like I think Capcan is severely underpicked.
I
I
like
don't think.
Capcan. I think
Yeah,
he's good.
I like Capcan too. I don't ever play him, but I do like Capcan. I think you know how Legion has the little icons above the goo mines?
Right, right.
I almost think that like Frost and Ella and
Yeah,
Capcan, they should all get the little icons above theirs, or just remove
I think they should just remove
something.
it.
I agree.
Because I think
I would prefer that
I think that's the reason why they don't have those on the other operators, because
because it's OP.
that's
Yeah,
not what it's for. That's not what it's
yeah.
for.
They need to balance specifically Legion because Legion is
Right.
ridiculous. I
Well, I
play
mean,
Legion all the time just because
it's
of
like you
it.
don't have an icon on a frost mat, but you can hear when somebody lands in a frost mat
Yeah.
pretty far away.
Well,
And
it's
you
the
know
same
where
thing
you
with a
put them.
Legion mine. It's the same thing with a Legion mine. You
Right.
can hear them when
Right.
they go off,
Or
but
you can hear
it
a
also
Legion
just
mine
helps.
literally on the other side of the map. That's what I'm saying. Like, they need to nerf that as well. If you're gonna
Yeah,
nerf that.
Legion has got to be nerfed. he is he's quite ridiculous. And I'm not saying he's. I think there's a lot of operators that need work, but I think Legion is definitely one of them.
Yeah.
And then for season 3, Sam, did you have anything to add on that for Legion? Legion getting nerfed?
I mean, Legion getting nerfed, definitely. I totally agree. I was actually, I like what you were saying about how many different things Legion does, and I was adding something to my list about adding in-game tutorials about certain operators, because a lot of, like, with
Oh, that'd
Legion
be
and
cool.
with Finka, there's so many things that each of them does, and like if you
Yeah,
didn't pay attention to like Ubisoft blog
Yeah,
posts, you wouldn't know. You'd have
I
no
always
idea.
I always forget that Finka, when she uses her boost, it reduces recoil. I had no
Yeah.
like, I always forget that it does that until
It
somebody
knocks
says
you
that.
out
I'm
of
like, "Oh,
Ella's
yeah.
concussion too.
Oh, I didn't even know that."
Right.
That's
That's what
that's
he's saying. That's what he's saying.
that's I 100% agree. I think that'd be a fantastic idea.
Yeah.
So for season 3, mid-season, I just have written quality of life changes and another good event. I think I think year 4, they had some great events. I
Yeah,
wasn't I wasn't a big fan of the Doctor's Curse one. I do think it was like,
it was
I think it was
different.
good. It was good, but I just
Yeah.
personally didn't like it, but
I'll be honest, like, so I wasn't even able to play it. I tried to stream it on Halloween, and
Mhm.
for whatever reason, the game mode like just tanked my frames, and I couldn't even play it like on stream. And so like I didn't even end up playing it really. I played it a little bit off stream, but I didn't really understand what I was supposed to be doing. And
Yeah,
that again kind of goes to like what Motsky was saying, like
I was just
maybe if
really
they
bad at it.
explains how the shit works.
I I'd almost like to see them bring some of their old events back. Like
Yeah.
the, what
Dude,
was
they
it
gotta
called?
bring the cowboy event back.
Yeah, the
Oh
showdown
man,
one.
if
That
they
one
That
gave
was
was
us if they gave
phenomenal.
a
that was a bomb.
showdown and just made it like a three v
A
three
permanent
kind
thing.
of, yeah, if they made it like a 3v3 gunfight mode, kind of like how Call of Duty, I would be
Oh, that'd
so
be
happy.
amazing.
That'd
That'd
be
be
so much
amazing.
fun.
See,
Yeah.
I well, especially for like the event that's going on right now, the Road to SI. I hate how they have it on weekends only. I think that's the
Oh, that's just
dumbest
dumb.
thing. That's the
Yeah.
dumbest thing they've ever done. I don't know why not just open it all week. You know, it just didn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
And then for season 4, I have written down I want another new map because I love new maps. Um, I'd almost like to see like a city map, kind of, kind
Mm,
of like, kind of like Tower, but way better. Because Tower is not good.
I would
Tower,
love to
but
see.
not tower.
I
I
would
don't
love
I
to
don't
see
even
them bring
know.
back one of those like outbreak maps. You know the ones I'm talking about, where
Yeah,
like they were in like city streets and stuff.
or like a
That
hospital. You know how cool that would be? Like a hospital
a
map.
hospital would be cool. Like repurposing some of that outbreak stuff would be super neat.
I loved the Outbreak event too.
Yo,
I wish they'd
what
bring that
about
back.
what I know y'all may not remember, but y'all remember the actual like original like E3 trailer for Rainbow Six?
I've
The
I've
one
seen it
where they
plenty
were
of times
rappelling from the
since, but I didn't.
helicopters on the house and stuff like that.
No, no,
Oh
no,
yeah.
not that one. This is before that one. People probably don't remember this. So before that, and I don't even think it was called Siege. I
Oh,
don't
was
even
that
remember
when it
what.
was called Patriots?
Yes, it was when they were on the fucking bridge, and it was like a bomber that was like holding people hostage on the middle of a bridge, and it
I
was
do
like
know
they
what
were
you're
having
talking
to
about. I
attack the
don't.
bridge or
I've
whatever.
definitely seen it before.
Yeah. What if they did like a map like that where you're on the bridge and you can like start off on either
I
side or
think that'd
like
be
up on top of the
awesome.
bridge? That would be pretty sick, wouldn't it? It'd be
I
like cars and shit like all stopped in the road.
I think it'd be cool if they did an outdoor map. I think it'd be
Yeah.
really difficult, like, how if you are a defender and you run outside, you get
How
spotted. I don't know how
how
they
would
would do that, but I think it'd be cool to be an outdoor map.
yeah.
Like a city streets. Yeah, that'd be really cool.
And then it could have like stuff up under the bridge, like the little walkways up under the bridge and stuff. That'd be
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not a map developer, but
cool.
it'd be cool. So for season 4, I'd like to see 2 more ops. I have no op ideas. I'm horrible at thinking of operator ideas. I know they teased
Give him a flamethrower.
or they leaked some of for season 1 and season 2, but yeah, I have no idea. I actually think that's what something that the Chachanka rework was. There's something about his gadget's gonna be like a thermite grenade
Mm-hmm.
almost from what I took out of it. I don't know. But then yeah, the Buck Elite, and then I'm assuming for season 4, even in year 5, I'm assuming we'll get another Road to SI event because that's been the
Yeah.
thing past this year and last year, so I could see it coming back.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's kind of what I have for my roadmap. I have a few more ideas written down here too. The big one, Clash needs to be removed from the game.
Oh god. You're one of those.
I
Just
I
get
truly
good.
mean this. I love it. I love it when people find the glitches with Clash, so she just gets removed from the game for like the next 2 months because I
I mean,
hate
she still
Clash.
gets banned half the time anyway. I don't
That's
understand
true.
why.
I hate
Not even
Clash.
that
She's so
strong.
stupid. No, she's just dumb. Oh, here's a big one. Year 4 kind of ticked me off for one of the things they did. For season 2, season 3, and season 4, they all used recycled weapons. I
Mm,
hate that. I love I loved season 1, Mozzie had his commando and his Roni, and then Gridlock had, I guess the M249 was kind of a repeat
yeah.
gun, but then she had her AUG or whatever it was. I love unique weapons. I hate it when Phantom Sight came out and Warden and Nock had just repeat guns. I hated that. That made me
Mm.
so mad. It was like, "What?" I felt ripped off almost. Like,
Callie got a new gun.
yeah, but she also got the C75 pistol, and
All right.
I do like Callie. I think Callie was a great addition to the game, but I think that's a big reason why nobody plays well mine is because
Dude, he's got one of the best guns on defense, though.
I know
Honestly,
he does, and yet nobody plays him because Jaeger also has one of the best guns. So
I play him over Jaeger, but I just
that's
like
actually that's
I like
actually
Me
playing
too.
different operators.
that's actually another thing I have written down right here. When I was looking at the charts with all the ops and their win rates and their pick rates, Jaeger's at sitting at 90%. He's the most picked operator in the game.
Give
I I,
Castle the 416 and see
I
how
w-
many people pick him.
I would be okay with that. I really would
Oh
because
Jesus.
in my
Oh
opinion, in
Jesus.
my opinion, the
No.
reason The reason that Jaeger gets picked so often is because and it just got nerfed too.
It didn't nerf it enough. That
I
gun still slaps, man.
I'm aware it slaps, but the reason that people pick Jaeger isn't for his ability. It's not because he's a 3 speed. It's because of his gun. It really
No,
is.
they do pick him for his ability. His ability is
It is. It is
he
good.
can set up his ability within 10 seconds of starting the round
Yep.
and then run off and go do
Well,
whatever he wants.
see, but Ubisoft thought that too. They're like, oh, we'll add one Mai. That'll decrease Jaeger's pick rate. No, it did not.
Well, it provides a solution to like the grenade spam and stuff, but
Yeah.
it's the trade-off is you can't just run around and forget about it. Like you have to actually play on site, which I like. I like that they force you to play a certain way with an operator.
Yeah. I
Like
haven't played too much of.
I don't like the fact that Jaeger is just like a fire and forget type of operator. Like he's one of the first
Yep.
operators in the game and he's been OP pretty much the entire time. Like take his
Yeah. Oh yeah.
ACOG doesn't matter, like nerf his damage doesn't matter. Like he's fundamentally he's still the same operator. He just puts his
Oh,
gadget
I
down and then
100%
can run
agree.
off.
100% agree. What else do I have? Oh, this is a big one too. So when you look at the game, you go and this is for cosmetic items. So for skins, you look at. I'll use Sledge for an example. Okay, he has probably 10 different uniforms and 10 different headgears, and that's just the ones you can buy in the bundles. And then he
Right.
also gets all these event headgears and these event uniforms. I myself, so I have the Elite Sledge, I have the G2 skin Sledge, and I just got the Road to SI Sledge. And then for like smoke, I have the furry smoke. I actually just today pulled out the legendary Cyclops helmet for smoke too.
Ooh,
But I mean,
I
like,
love that.
I feel like some of these operators, they get so much love with their skins. They're good skins. And then you have Ying, who has 3 headgears that look like meh, and 3 uniforms that look like meh, and that's basically what you're stuck with.
Right.
The newest bundle that just came out in the game was a Thatcher bundle, and Thatcher already has 15 different uniforms, 15 different headgears, and again, Ying has none. I think they need to make. I have it written as they need to make love to certain operators in the skin category because
Skin contact.
like I have 3 phenomenal skins for Sledge, but I have nothing for Zofia, and I would much rather play Zofia than Sledge. I love Zofia. I was so happy to hear they're coming out with an elite. But like Ying, I'm not a Ying player. I don't even have Ying, but she needs some love along with a lot of other operators. And I understand that Sledge has been in the game longer. And that makes sense to me. But operator like Nomad has more skins than Zofia, and she came out a year later. That to
Right.
me is just, I don't know. It kind of
Hell,
makes me mad.
Clash has as many skins as some of these operators.
Yeah, and people who play Clash are just
It really does bother me. I'm with you because like I like Dokebi and Vigil a lot, but they have like as far as skins that you can actually afford or get your hands on easily, they have very
they don't
few.
have any.
They have a lot. You know
Hey,
what's
I
weird
unlocked
is
I
some
unlocked the
have
Vigil
bundle
skin.
skins.
I got the new
The one
Vigil
with this
bug
weird
skin.
sad face.
Yeah.
He
His bug
looks.
face.
Oh,
I
he looks so
I see.
sad.
I bought the mouse sports one for Vigil last year specifically because it looked cool. I don't really care about mouse sports that much, but for that reason exactly because Vigil has no skins, and the red one was awesome.
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
but
And of
they
course
just
they gave him the meme like headgear
yeah
with the little curly
yeah.
mustache.
Well, it's like Tachanka too. He's got so many skins, and nobody plays Tachanka except a meme.
Right.
Like
Right.
I don't know. I just wish they'd come out with some more skins for to spread the skins out
Right.
because they're all on the
I'm
same
like
operator.
I'm like, why does Monty have so many skins? You can't even fucking see him.
Yeah,
He's behind a big ass shield.
I have the butterfly Monty, so
Yeah, you still can't see it.
I don't know, but
He's
it's still.
behind the
I
damn
bought
shield.
all of those packs because they were phenomenal. They do a good job for skins
In
In
the
the
in the
events.
events.
events. Yeah,
Yeah,
they
that's
do a
Yeah,
because
great
no, I
job.
agree.
they want you to spend money on them.
But they're for the same operators,
Right.
like over and over. I don't know. They need to spread them out. Okay, another thing I have written: the year 5 battle pass, or not the battle pass, just the year 5 pass.
Mm.
They've got to they've either got to drop the price to it or they got to do something to it if people are still going to be interested in it. Just specifically because there's only going to be 6 ops. You know, if I were to do the math, I don't remember how much it is. Was it $20?
I think it's 30.
Okay, 30,
Yeah,
30
it's usually
bucks.
what the year pass is.
Yes. So you spend $30 and you get 8 operators. That's I don't want to do the math. All right, 30 bucks for 8 operators. If it's 30 bucks for 6 operators next year, I feel like I'm just gonna get ripped off for those other 2
Really?
operators. Yeah, I do. I so
How much is a movie ticket? A movie is 2 hours long. How long do you play Siege?
I don't no, I don't wanna talk about that. I
Nah, I feel you. I feel you.
I don't think it needs to be massive. Like, 25 bucks I'd be fine with. I love how they made the battle pass cheaper. I think that was great. But
Yeah.
just do something. Make up for it. Make up for those other 2 operators because you really are getting less.
Well, we don't know yet.
Yeah,
We
it's
might be
true.
getting we might be getting something crazy.
I
Hmm.
hope so. That'd be
In
cool.
in in trade for 2 operators. We might be getting something wild. I hope so. I hope
Yeah.
that's the case.
Just so
Here's
you
another
guys
thing.
know, I had to switch to recording because my internet is dropping again.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, so we're not streaming no more?
Well, I'm still live, but it's been jumping around for the last 20 minutes or so.
That's annoying.
Mine's fine.
Dude.
It did crash last time, so hopefully it doesn't do that.
Oh, yeah, Jeremy was saying OBS crashed for him too.
Huh.
Anyway, continue.
I don't know why.
I'm on my
it's
last
It's
our
Discord
internet.
call. I don't know.
So my very last thing. Last year in the Road to SI event, you could just buy the skin, the Road to SI gun skin.
Right.
Well, this year you have to work for it. I'm not opposed to a battle pass. I love battle passes. I really do like the Siege battle pass too. I think it's phenomenal. But I don't think it should replace buying the cosmetics. Like I was really disappointed
You
in
could
myself
still buy the
last year.
tiers though, right?
No, I don't think so.
I thought
You can pay for the tiers, yes.
yeah, it's
You
like
really?
renown, isn't it? Or can you pay with R6 credits too? I can't
Well, it
remember.
better be
I know
R6
you.
credits.
I'm pretty sure that you can pay for it though.
I might launch my game just to find out.
I'm pretty sure.
I didn't think so, but you could be right. I could be wrong. But like, yeah, but if I'm right, like
Right.
last year, you could just buy that gun skin, and I was really mad at myself that I didn't buy it because I thought it was a phenomenal skin. It was really nice.
I think
It's
But
this year
this
great.
is a
year,
lot better though.
you have to buy the battle pass and you have to play to unlock all 35 tiers to get the gun skin,
Yeah.
I, which I think is unfair for the casual players who want the gun skin.
Yeah, but I mean I think they're kind of hinting that that's going to be what the goal is, cuz that is the goal of the battle pass. Like it's
Yeah,
not
and I understand that.
the battle pass is there because they want people to play the game.
Yeah, which I understand the point of a battle pass. Like I said, I love the battle pass, but specifically that one gun skin. Because I could have bought it last year, but I didn't. But now I can't buy it this year.
Mm.
I guess that just I have a really hard time leveling up battle passes too because I play so many different games. I'm not a one game guy.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I'm
feel
with you
that.
there.
Yeah, but that's all I have. What I want to see. I have some other stuff on like leaks and what I data mined. No, I'm just kidding. But I guess do you guys have any thoughts on like what I have written down, or do you guys want to share your thoughts? What?
um I mean
I don't know if I.
I think some of mine kind of build on what you were saying. Um
Hmm.
Maybe I'll list them out. Um, I'm just gonna like go through all of them, and then we can like come back and talk about them.
Yeah, go for it.
So like season one, I said I want them to definitely start introducing the seasonal battle pass season one. Like I know they've like teased it with this battle pass, and then like previously with the like 5 tier battle pass
Yeah,
crap
the hairy
that
one.
they
Yeah.
did. Yeah. But I don't want them to like miss the gun. Like I want them to
Yeah.
start it. Like if they're gonna do a battle pass, I want them to do it all 4 seasons. So I
Oh, I
think they
agree.
should definitely start season one. Um, One of the kind of Operation Health things that I want them to do is start introducing map bans into unranked and ranked.
See
Um,
that was
I
actually
think
leaked.
yeah, I did see that. But I don't know if it's gonna be confirmed or not. But
Right. Right. Right.
again, I would love to see that at the beginning. Like I would love them to just start year five off by introducing things like that that are
Hmm.
essentially already kind of built into the game.
Yeah.
Especially through Pro League. I mean, they already do that in Pro League.
Oh yeah.
Um, and on top of that, and kind of like adding to what Motsky was saying earlier, I think they should just do a complete UI overhaul of the menu, everything, like how that works.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Um,
yeah. It's not a bad
just
idea.
be, just because like what Motsky was saying, like a lot of the operators, like you don't really know what they do. So having a UI element where you can just go to the operator, see what they do, like I think I can't remember, it may be Apex where like if you go to the operator's like card or whatever, you can like it shows you like their abilities, like them doing their abilities and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I thought there used to be a thing like that in Siege. Maybe it's like when you first buy it or something. I don't know. But I think it should be clear, like what Motsky was saying, like even the little things that you can do with that operator, I think it should be spelled out. And then as far as like the other UI elements go, like the UI on Siege is trash. Like it's garbage.
It is.
Like it's so garbage. Like it's been the same UI for 4 years.
But
Like I don't know what they're
especially
doing.
especially the Ubisoft Club one. That one's
Oh,
I
that's just
hate that.
dude, they need to figure out how they can just embed that into the fucking game
Yeah, I
because
hate the club rewards. I think it's the
if y'all have
stupidest.
ever tried to open that shit on console, it takes about 5 years.
It takes
Yeah,
yeah.
it's horrible.
All right, for season two, and I know this has already kind of been leaked, but I would love to see the Tachanka rework come in season two. They
Hmm.
like, everybody's talked about season two is supposed to be like the most hype part of year five. And I think Tachanka rework, I think that should definitely fall under super hype year five stuff. So
Yeah.
I think that coming in season two, I would love to see like a skyscraper rework because I hate skyscraper. Like I hate it with a passion. and I don't know what they can do to fix it, but maybe if I don't know. I don't know what they could do to fix it, but I would love to see them rework like actual bad maps.
Yeah. Oh, I agree.
Like Theme Park, it wasn't
Was
fun
a
to
bad
play
map.
on, but it
It's still
wasn't
not
as
fun.
bad. Well, it wasn't as bad as Skyscraper and Chalet, in my opinion. Like not anywhere close. Like those are just
Oh, I agree.
they need a lot of work. Um, and what you were saying, I think season 2, like they need to definitively like overhaul the anti-cheat system in
Yeah.
Siege. Like they
Oh,
have to
I
do something.
agree.
They have to do something to figure this out because
Because it's horrible.
it's bad. Like it's just rampant. Like there's no cost at all to cheating in Siege.
Yep.
Season 3, going back to just bad maps, Chalet needs a rework. I would
Oh
love to see
God.
Chalet get a rework in 3. Um,
I wouldn't mind
Chalet
and
chaps my ass.
yeah.
it.
So also in season 3, I said I think shield operators need a rework. It's there's nothing consistent about playing with or against a shield operator like
Mm-hmm.
Blitz, Monty, or Clash. Like there's nothing
Mm-hmm.
consistent about those operators, and they've tried different things with it. They tried like the ADS time
Mhm.
thing for Blitz and Monty. They nerfed how fast like Clash can move her shield on her back and things like that. But
I
at the end of the day, like the way that Siege works now, shields are like they don't really fit into the way that Siege
Mm-mm.
works right now.
I agree.
I don't
Nope.
know how they can rework shields, but they really need to figure out something because it's just not fun playing against the shield operator. Not saying like I don't know how to fight a shield operator.
Oh,
I'm
yeah, I
saying
know what you
I
mean.
do know how to fight a shield operator, and
I'd just
even
rather not.
sometimes it just comes down to them like just dropping their shield and punching me or something. Like that's the fucking
Right.
dumbest thing I've ever seen. Like I think if you're carrying a shield, you should not be able to hit somebody. Like
I
just
don't know.
you're
I
not
think
gonna kill somebody with a fucking shield. Like
the whole idea of Blitz is just no skill. It's like, great, somebody has flashed me. I have no opportunity to kill this person
right.
except by blind luck. And
What
that's
if
how I always go against Clash
Oh,
or
I
Blitz.
was infuriated this morning because Amani sniped me across the fucking map because look, I'm holding the SMG-11.
with
I
revolver?
killed the Ash that runs in the door. Like I'm sitting on White Stairs
Mm-hmm.
in Oregon on the top
Mm-hmm.
floor,
Oh,
and I'm
yeah.
looking like through our rotate hole, like all the way over to where the like bridge wall is, and they're
Yeah.
like coming in that main door right there, and like I fucking slap Ash when she walks in, and then Monty keeps like walking up with his shield right there, so I'm like throwing smokes at him and shit. And then he like comes up to the thing and drops his shield. So I already know what he's doing. I already know that he's gonna ADS and try to shoot me. So I just start shooting at him like where his head is. And because I'm using SMG-11,
You
like
can't.
from far away, like it's really hard to hit that
Yep.
shot. And I'm just spraying him, and he just drops it. Doesn't even like he's just out for a stroll. Just
He's like
drops
a
his
Mm-hmm.
copper
shield,
he's a copper
ADSs
Monty
me.
player.
Yeah, just drops a shield, ADSs me, and one taps me in the head.
See,
Like I don't. That is not fun. That is not fun to play against.
oh,
Nope.
I
How
agree.
is that fun?
In
Like,
the
dude,
road
I
to
got so fucking tilted by that.
the road to SI event is actually a perfect example of this because it does have the bans, but you can
Right,
play anybody. So you feel
right,
bad banning people that are actually useful.
right,
So you just ban all the shield ops because nobody
right.
likes the shield operators.
So continuing, season 4. But yeah, Shield Ops needs some work.
Yeah, I agree.
I think after the hype of season 2 and whatever they're doing with that, I think
Fix shields.
they need to fix shields going forward through the rest of the season because I don't know what they're adding into the game, but I think that's a priority.
Mhm. I agree.
For season 4, I would love to see the stadium map brought back for the Road to SI as like a
Yep.
new configuration.
I
Mm-hmm.
agree.
We already know that they're like going to continue with the Road to SI thing, but I think that the stadium map is probably one of the most special things that I've seen in Siege in a really long time.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if if it's not something that they're going to keep throughout the season, like reintroducing. I think that obviously they definitely need to bring it back for the Road to SI event. Like
Yeah, it's
they'll really be missing the mark if they don't do that. Um,
it's
and then
fun.
my last point for season 4, year 5, and honestly, this thing can come in at any time. I don't care when you do it, Ubi, but please, dear God, implement a trade system for cosmetics. Like if you're not
Mm.
gonna fix the fucking alpha pack system, please let me trade skins that I don't want. Or if I get a duplicate of a
Get
skin
rid of
because
duplicates. Just get rid of
for
them.
right, if you're not gonna get rid of duplicates and I get a fucking duplicate, let me trade that to somebody that wants it. Like, please,
That
Ubi,
would be cool.
please introduce something like that. Like going on to what Aaron was saying, rework these god awful alpha packs. They're
They need it.
terrible. They're
I
terrible.
I don't know how to fix them, but they need to fix them. Like
Right.
duplicates are the dumbest thing I've ever heard of.
Why? It's like why?
The
Why?
and you don't get them often enough either.
You
Like
right, you have thousands of
the per-
cosmetics in the game. Why does there need to be a duplicate?
yeah,
Give me a
exactly.
fucking banana charm. I don't care. Just don't give me a duplicate.
The banana
I'll take
shrimp.
the duck charms, please.
Right.
Those are the best.
Right.
We
I
all know
actually
the duck
bought
charms are the best.
I actually bought all the duck charms.
I did too on Xbox. I didn't want to buy them again though.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right. What you got, Mop?
Okay, so mine is a little bit in depth. We'll go season by season. After the Invitational, season 1 is going to be an esports overhaul. And what I've entailed with this is an esports tab added to the UI of Siege, the scores and standings easily available, proper links to VODs, if not completely embedded into the game, they need to be linked properly so that you can watch
Or
them
like
on the
those highlights that
in-browser
they
on
do.
Steam. Yeah, or
Yeah, the highlights
would
would be
work
great.
too. Yeah. Matches streamed in-game or linked. So that means like either the stream is embedded, like the Twitch stream is embedded,
Mhm.
or they again give you proper links so that it either goes through to Uplay's in browser or Steam's or whatever.
So I know recently, I don't know when they started doing this, but I did notice like the past few play dates, and this hasn't been the case previously. So they've only exclusively streamed it on Twitch previously, but they
Mm-hmm.
have a channel on Facebook and on Mixer now that I saw that they're streaming the Pro League on.
Oh,
So
that's interesting.
uh,
They've
well,
streamed it on YouTube.
Yeah, that's where I watch
right,
it.
YouTube and
right.
Twitch.
And that's
Just
what I
so
was
much
saying.
easier
So
to watch on
maybe
Twitch.
like you've got something there, like saying that because before, like it kind of seemed like they had like a little exclusivity going on with Twitch, like streaming it on
Mm-hmm.
there.
Mhm.
So I
Could
mean,
be.
maybe the fact that they're streaming on multiple platforms now, that they can just be like, all right, well, we're just gonna, you know, like what you're saying, just stream it like one central place. That'd be kind of nice.
Yeah. If I could watch the stream from in game, so I could be like, oh, everybody, look, the G2's on, let's watch that or something like that, and do like an
Yeah.
impromptu watch party would be super cool.
Yeah.
So this
I
isn't
agree.
kind of a unique idea that I came up with. Is match updates added in your game preferences? Essentially, what this would look like is you opt into when if you're continuing to play when like an esports event is going on, I would like a prompt in my interface options that off to the side it will show me G2 7 for vitality or something like that. Off to the side, it'll just be a pop up that
Like
comes
a
up
little overlay.
for a couple seconds.
Yeah,
Yeah, just shows you in when you're in game, either in a menu, waits till you're in a menu, or even during the game, pops up off to the side, something like that. That'd be awesome. Like,
I also
just
to add on to that, I think you should be able to turn it off because
oh yeah,
sometimes
it's
I
something that
don't
you
like
have to.
spoils.
The idea is you would have to opt into it in the first place. Like
Right.
Oh,
you
okay.
wouldn't be something like
Right.
standard.
It's an option though, which
Right.
I think is great.
Yeah, I mean, I think it'd be cool if they had like kind of like a sports banner where it's like running across on the UI, where it's got like all because I know they do this on like when you're watching Pro League, like, and they show the casters. They have like a little banner where it shows like the games that
Yeah,
have been played, and it shows
Yeah,
the
yeah,
score
yeah.
line and stuff like that. That'd be cool if they added that in.
A banner would be
yeah,
awesome.
I agree. That'd
Not
be
like in the
a
menu, not
phenomenal.
not in the game or whatever, but like while you're in
Yeah,
the menu.
yeah.
That'd
Oh
be
yeah,
cool.
yeah. Like on the main menu. Yeah, I agree. That'd be sweet.
Yep. Okay, so my season 2 would be a playlist reset. So this would be playlist changes, and a lot of these the community has been asking for a long time, and they just haven't come out yet. That would be ranked goes to Pro League rules and maps. Just stop with the bullshit. Stop
Four
with
rounds.
Yep.
Four rounds.
Four
for each
rounds
side.
on, 4 rounds off.
Right.
3-minute timer, 7-second plant time, 7-second defuse, and then playlist maps. Like, I'm done. I really kind of hate playing ranked. I hate playing ranked because of the map pool. It sucks.
Yep.
And I am not gonna put my rank on the line when Chalet is in the mix. I'm just not. No, I like it's an instant loss.
Look, we grounded to gold playing that damn chalet map, dude, and it's
Ah.
always like all the way to the end too.
It's
like you
always
never get on.
awful.
You like getting chalet is just like a god awful time.
It's never fun. Yeah, I look like I know that I'm not the best Siege player, and I'm not saying this because like I'm a salty champion that doesn't like the map. Like I'm probably a silver or gold, but that map just chaps my ass. It hurts so bad to play. It's like the Tower of Ranked. It is.
Right.
It sucks to get it, and it's like great. My rank, what I get to display to other people, is going to be impacted by this map's terrible performance, and that's just how I feel about it. Like if if a pro in a match going against somebody else,
well, they have the map bans too. So
yeah, I would love to see map bans. I'm not necessarily asking for that. I don't really care, but
to what you're
only Pro League
saying,
maps.
right? To what you're saying. So if they introduce the Pro League rules, that may in fact end up balancing some of the maps out, because like when you have a map like Outback, you essentially like lose the map if you don't start on defense.
Mm-hmm.
And the Pro League rules would essentially, well, I'm not saying they would, but it may end up balancing it out, because one, it would force you to have to play all of the sites on defense. So you can't just go to the sites that work, and
Right.
and two, that would make it where you actually have a chance to come back from like a 3-0 at the beginning if you're not like if you're attacking first. Like you actually have a chance to come back. Like right now,
Yeah.
like it's pretty fucking hard to come back from 3-0, especially on a map like Outback.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
if you do come back and you get all 3 of your defense rounds, then you go to overtime and they go on defense again. So basically, again, if you're defending first on a map like that, you're gonna win either through regulation or through overtime.
Yeah.
So
I think
having that new
should
system may end up balancing out some of those maps.
Yeah, and I think ranked should be a commitment. Like you should have to commit to that round, whether it be
Right.
6 on, 6 off, or 4 on, 4 off, something like that. Moving it more towards ranked. I like I said, I want full Pro League rules. I want 6 on, 6 off. It should be a commitment. You should be committing the next 45 minutes, an hour to the elo.
Right.
I really think you should.
Right.
A 3 is not enough to develop a counter strat, if you ask me, because you're going against different people every time, and like it seems so unfair to normal
It takes
players.
almost 2 or 3 rounds to figure out what they're doing.
Yeah, to figure out to even figure out one site, it takes a while. And the fact that Pro League players who know each other and have played each other have 6 rounds to figure out a counter strat, but the normal players in a ranked game don't, is kind of ridiculous to me.
Yeah.
I think if you want to play, and I'll go into this next. If you want to play Siege casually, that's what casual is for. If you want to play, like actually get into the grind of things, ranked is there, but it should be a commitment. Each match should commit about an hour. I think that's the way Dota is. So anyway,
I didn't know that casual has a map pool now. I didn't know that
Hmm.
until like a few days ago. I think that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Honestly, I don't even know why people play casual.
I
It,
mean, I do, but
It
only
it
because
doesn't.
it's quick
It's not the siege
matches.
experience. Like,
it's what I agree. I know what you're saying, but why is there a map pool in casual? That just
That actually.
doesn't make any
So,
sense to me.
well, I think they
so the
did
next
it
thing.
to help new people. Like, so it's not so overwhelming. So they don't have to know like every single
Then
map. 'Cause there are a lot of maps.
they need to just redo the newcomer
I don't know
playlist
why
then.
this isn't. I don't know why this is an issue in Siege, but it's not an issue in like Call of Duty or any other game that has a bunch of maps. It isn't. Um,
Yeah.
I mean, I get that Siege is a bit more complicated, but at the end of the day, it's still a point gun shoot people, right? Like if
Yeah.
you boil everything
Yeah,
else
it's still a
down,
first person shooter. Yeah.
right? So the next thing I had on here is casual gains all maps and goes through a 3-minute timer. So we cut out the map pool for casual. Casual gets every map,
Yep.
and we go to a 3-minute timer. I don't really have any other changes for casual. I think it's fine. I think the rotation is fine. I don't really care. But I wanted to go to a
It's
3-minute
casual.
timer just for consistency's
I
sake.
can't even speak on it because I don't even play it.
I mean, I actually play quick match quite a bit, literally.
Yeah, so
But
do I.
the only reason is it's a lot quicker and it's less commitment than an unranked. Like
Yeah.
I think there should be a distinct difference between the commitment that comes with an unranked or ranked game or a casual
Right.
game.
Different levels.
Mhm.
And so this is kind of my own idea here, a party mode. And for those of you who've played Halo, you're probably pretty familiar with like Fiesta or SWAT or things like this. I think Siege should have a rotating party mode where basically it's a changing rule set on a monthly basis. So a couple ideas I came up with would be like shotguns only mode, which would have like favela, house, and tower. You have a short timers, which is on hostage, which would be like minute and a half timers, and it'd be like house, chalet, and plane. And then like a pistols only mode, things like that. So just kind of like a party mode that changes every month that gives people a reason to keep coming back and keep trying it. It's kind of like an event outside of an event.
Right.
Just gives you a little bit of flavor coming in the playlist
Well, I
because
mean,
right
a
now
lot of games do that. I mean,
Mhm.
Call of Duty even does that. They have. I
Call
mean,
of Duty
it's
has
not.
done it for years. Halo's been
Yeah, I
doing
mean,
it
it's not
forever.
specifically like the Halo modes, but I mean, they'll like have rotational, do like sticks and stones and stuff
I
like that, and like rotate.
I actually love that idea. That
Yeah,
is a
that's a good idea.
phenomenal idea. I would love to see that. That
Like
would be
imagine
so much fun. Siege
imagine
is
if you only
such a
had
Honestly, I feel like that should replace casual. To be honest, like
I,
if
why,
you
why
want a
why
short
can't
match that's like no like it's not the siege experience. Like you just want to like get in and play the game.
my thing is
Like
why can't they
why
have
can't we do that?
both? Because you go into the Call of Duty main menu and you see how many different modes they have just on their main menu.
Right.
Why
Mhm.
can't Siege do that? Why do they have to have 3 different game modes, They
Because
technically, it's not even casual,
their
it's quick
UI
match.
sucks.
I I understand, I agree. I think they need to do something about that. I
Right.
do. Wait,
Honestly,
why
I think that's why I think they can't implement their UI would probably die if they tried to do something like that. It would just crash the game.
they their Siege is broken. I love it, but it's broken.
Yeah. Just I'm taking the stream offline. It's at 82% dropped frames, so I'm just taking it offline.
Yikes.
Ouch.
What was next? Oh, okay. So another thing I had, and I wrote this in as Aaron was talking about it, was the player UI tutorial. So a thing that really bugs me, and this is all games, why do games not just give us straight up stats for ADS time? ADS time, reload speeds.
Yeah.
Like we have to have data extractors go out and find this stuff, and I have
Right.
no idea why this is. We should have that information in game on the weapon. So on the side where it has like the recoil listing and everything, just in Rainbow Six, you can
Right.
tap Alt to look at something full screen. Do the same with a weapon. Show us all the stats if we hit Alt. It is a 300 millisecond aim down sight speed. If you add this attachment, it adds 50 seconds.
Right.
It'll reduce recoil
Oh,
by
I
this
agree.
much. I think that sort of thing should be in the game. And I also think there should be player tutorials. Give me an exact stat listing of everything an ability does. So Legion's ability does 10 different things. Finka does 10 different things. Give us an exact listing. And I think Overwatch does this really well, but Overwatch also inherently has easier
It's not as
abilities to
complicated of a
understand.
game.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
easier to
Oh,
understand.
yeah.
But give us like a listing. Okay, Finka's ability will reduce your recoil, raise your teammates. It'll boost you to 20%. It only lasts for a minute and a half. Like right now, if you never saw a Ubisoft blog, you would have to go into a custom game and time how long Finka's boost lasts.
Ooh, on that, where's the fucking training? Where's the training ground? Where's the shooting range?
I'll get to
Terrace-
that.
We need that.
Terrace Hunt sucks. Like, I love it,
Terrace Hunt's
but it
booty, man.
sucks.
So, that's actually next. So we can kind of transition into that. My season 3 is a firing range integration and overhaul.
Please.
I would love to see it if they did an Operation Health and this was all that came out. This is probably the one that I want to put my foot down and say this is big.
Yeah.
I want this to come in.
Yeah.
So, firing range overhaul. Terrorist Hunt becomes a more set structure of predictable enemies and a timer with a leaderboard. So this is, you enter house. There is a terrorist in a exact position every single time. Now, they can move into a certain area. So they can move like a room away, 2 rooms away, something like that. But they cannot move outside of those boundaries, and they are pretty much going to be in a predictable spot every time. Take out barbed wire, take out nitro cells. Everything is gone. So this is a very structured system. It's extremely structured. You know exactly where they're going to be. So because the thing about Terrorist Hunt and what it's used for now and what it's become used for is
Aim practice.
aim training. And you can't necessarily in game there's going to be predictable places that people are going to be. And I don't know why Terrorist Hunt isn't like that.
There's not going to be 20 people in a building as well.
Right. And
Yeah, I agree.
Or
the
people
love of-
rushing behind you.
yeah,
from
exactly.
outside.
From outside. Make it realistic for the game. Another thing is make it so you can play defenders on your run, or add better defender-sided game modes, because protect hostage doesn't even make sense from a tactical perspective. Why are they trying to rush in and kill the hostage?
Right.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Like,
make sense.
no, I have the hostages. Why?
Right,
and
I
on
have the
bomb-
hostage. Why are you killing him? Am
And
I
on bomb-
protecting him from you guys killing him?
And on bomb, you have to disarm both bombs. That's not how it
Right.
works in the game. You only have to disarm one.
Right.
Right. Yeah, I
Well,
think we just need to add some
honestly-
consistency.
Honestly, if they just made the firing range like Apex's firing range, dude, that is one of the best firing ranges I've seen in a game. Where
Yeah.
you literally have every gun, you have
Yeah.
every attachment, you have everything laid out. You have little dummies that you can shoot at where you
Mhm.
can see
It pings the
different
damage.
Right, you can see the different damages and stuff. How are we not doing this in Siege, a 4-year-old,
Yeah.
almost 5-year-old game?
Yep, totally agree.
I mean,
So-
if you do that, you can leave the Terrace Hunt, whatever. Fucking let them run around C4s only. I don't give a shit. But give me a damn firing range so I can figure out how to shoot this fucking gun that you keep changing the recoil on every,
Yeah.
every
Yeah,
damn
for real.
So that kind of goes into the next point is I want them to add a firing range in Stadium. I want them to continue to use Stadium. I think it's a really
Yeah.
I
cool
agree.
idea. This is a pipe dream, and I don't know if it'll ever happen, but boy, oh boy, I'd be a happy boy if you could go into the firing range and before you go, you set up the stadium. You choose
Yeah.
the modules that go into it. Almost like a map creator where you can
Yeah.
kind of set up your own scenarios. How
Mhm.
That'd be
cool
really
would
neat.
that be if you
And then
could
you could-
okay, I want part of house, I want part of tower, I want part of fortress. I picked 3 really terrible maps, but You know, just like
you load in, and the map's kill me.
it's
It's like a floating map on like a ladder
Yeah.
or something like that.
Yeah, looks like a fucking crazy tree house out of hell.
Yeah, you could make your own maps, and then you could bring your friends in, and then you could just scrim against
Yeah.
each other just for
Right.
fun. Because at the end of the
Like
day,
what
Right.
Fortnite does.
at the end of the day, Siege is a game. A lot of
Yeah.
people, and myself included, I always forget that it's just a game. You know, I get so into it, and I take
Yeah.
it so seriously, but it's just a
Mhm.
game.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I think that's the thing. Like, there's no like, with the exception of the random events like the outlaw event and stuff like that. Like, we all forget to be like playing it just like casually. Like, even in
Mhm.
casual, it's still got like a competitive kind of mindset around it. And I think that's what you're saying. Like, when you play the outlaw event, dude, I had so much fun playing that shit, and I didn't give
I
a
did too.
fuck the entire time I played it. Like, it was so much fun.
Exactly. I
It
think
was
that's
so
why I
much
like
fun.
casual a lot too, because you you play to have fun.
Mhm.
Like,
You
do
know,
memes and shit like that. Like,
yeah,
yeah,
you can play Tachanka. Nobody cares that he's trash because he's freaking hilarious.
yeah.
Like, I mean, I play games to
I
have
would,
fun.
I would probably like casual more if one, it didn't have the toxic like everybody kicks the person who just came in like mentality. If
I
I
people
haven't seen
didn't
that in a
like
long
TK
time,
a lot,
honestly.
dude, I swear every time I get in there, like I get kicked.
I think a bigger problem in casual now is people leaving. Like if they
Yeah,
see a
Yeah,
map that they don't like, people will just leave. And that's
yeah.
yeah,
annoying. That because
right.
sometimes it doesn't replace that person. Um another
Often it
thing
doesn't replace him.
yeah, that's true. Another thing I have on here, and Call of Duty players will love this. I want kill house missions. I want siege kill house missions. Have me
Mm.
blow open a wall. Give me like okay, if you're gonna do it, give me like a set loadout every time, like a breaching charge and a stun grenade or something like that. Run me through a tutorial where I can blow up a wall, take out the enemies, break a door, take down the enemies, knife one. You know exactly like it is in Modern Warfare,
Right.
the original. Have different missions for like different styles. Again, I want to see that leaderboard sort of thing. I don't want it to. I want things out of ranked as options for people to get good at. Because at the end of the day, not everybody's going to be great at ranked. That's just the way it
Yeah,
is.
I'm
And
not.
I think that those people should still be able to have fun in the game.
Give them something so they quit getting matchmaking.
Yeah, yeah. So I would love to see kill house missions. I think that would be super cool. Let me choose my operator, my gun, that sort of thing.
That'd be cool.
Improved tutorials. Right now in Siege, there are 2 or 3 tutorials, and they give you some renown for watching them. Um,
Oh yeah, I
improve.
forgot
Give
that's
us
even a thing.
give us way more of those tutorials, and make them operator specific. Show me how to bandit trick. Show me how
Yeah.
to mute trick. Show me all these sorts of things. Like, you don't have to show us everything because some of these strategies they build over time, but bandit tricking has been a thing since the very beginning of the game. And
Right.
it's a kind of a common knowledge. Make sure that people know about this because it's
What?
something that they're going to be going up against potentially in their first game.
And
Like,
then also
give
like
We're
us
having to
Thatcher.
do. Yeah.
Nobody knows how to play Thatcher. It's ridiculous.
Right.
Myself included. I don't know how to play Thatcher. That's
Look,
why I
and I
don't play Thatcher.
understand.
case in point, today I played on Stadium, and we were rappelling off the little catwalk, and I told the guys, I was like, it was like random people I was playing with. I was like,
Don't repel down the
I saw him going down the middle. I was like, don't go down the middle. I was like, don't do it. They're C4 you. And the Thatcher, he's like, oh no, don't worry about it. I got this. He fucking yeets a Thatcher down there at the drone hole to destroy the C4. And I was like, he was like, see, told you I got it. I was like, yeah, but you just wasted one of your EMPs, and we need that to get the fucking wall open. He's like, I still got more. And then like the next time he does it again, I'm like, I just said, don't go down there, man. You can just avoid it. You don't have to throw utility at it.
Mhm.
And he throws it down there, and there's no C4, so he wastes it. I'm like, what's the point? Why do you do that?
Right.
Like,
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, I think even if it's cheesy, because I know it's gonna come out like cheesy stuff.
I
You're gonna be
agree.
like, well, especially if you restart the game, it's gonna be like, I already know all this stuff. But for new players, if you really want to give new players the better experience and make it easier to learn, give them a proper tutorial. And I had the idea of adding a boot camp. Add a checklist when you first download the game. Maybe at the beginning of the game you can choose I'm a new player or I'm a returning player, and so it doesn't necessarily give you these as prompts and just gives you the renown instead.
Or what if they did? What if they did like an achievement list? It's like successfully bandit trick, or
Yeah, that would be cool.
get
What
3
I'm talking about
kills
is
with a
like
grenade.
is as a boot camp, every time you complete something. Yeah, actually that's a great idea. Add those achievements to the boot camp. So
Yeah.
like have a section where it's like, okay, you've watched the tutorial on this, and this operator. And so you're kind of going through this, and you can still play the matches, but this is just an option for you to go through. And then as you so it gives you the tutorial list, and then at the bottom it shows in action. And so as a check mark, it says, okay, you've successfully bandit tricked. You have successfully got 20 kills or something like this.
What if they added that to the battle pass? Because like how Apex does, like they have
Ooh,
the
that'd be
weekly
cool.
challenges.
Yeah.
What if it
weekly and
was
daily
like
challenges.
week 2, like one of the challenges
Successfully
is you have to
Maverick
bandit
trick a
twice
wall.
or something. Yeah. And that way, like first of all, we still need to have like what you're talking about. There needs to be like some clear tutorial for each operator. But
Yeah.
if you do that, one way to like incentivize people to want to learn those things, because I, for one, like I'd never even played Bandit until the Road to SI event, and I was like, all right, whatever, fucking
I
try
love
him out.
bandit.
And I ended up liking him. I was like, okay, so like this is fun. So I
Yeah,
like
Bandit's-
started to try to learn how to bandit trick and stuff. But it's like before that, I've been playing the game for over almost 3 years now, and that was the first time I ever touched Bandit. I had no incentive to touch him before then because I just play the operators that I want to play,
Right.
See,
That would kind of incentivize people to play around with different operators,
Yeah.
like, oh, there's an actual challenge where like it will help me in my battle pass, not some stupid fucking Ubisoft Club challenge
yeah,
where
'cause
like
those
I
are
get
so
I
dumb.
get 200 renown for this shit. Like, okay, thanks Ubi. I'm gonna
Yeah.
go buy a fucking duck charm.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Okay. Moving into the next thing. This is between season 3 and 4. I would love to see Ubisoft come up with an integration outbreak event. So Quarantine is supposed to come out somewhere between seasons 3 and 4.
I agree.
And I would love to see a integration event where you can play a couple missions that kind of lead up to the events of Quarantine in Rainbow Six as the event for that season or whatever. I think that'd be really cool. I think if we had some way to kind of get people ready. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I also think they should do an open beta for Quarantine itself.
I mean, Ubisoft almost needs to, considering how terrible their launches always are. Let's be fair.
Yeah.
So,
I
that's
really
just like, I think that would be really, really cool. Is just have an integration event where they get you started. They here's what this is going to look like. If you're interested, if this is your thing, go ahead and give it a shot. And then the last thing, season 4. The first thing I'm going to go over is a streamer overhaul. So a lot of mine are like overhauls of adding things and kind of changing the things that are in game. And I think it's these out of anything. So I would be most excited for a firing range integration. That'd be the coolest. But I think out of any changes, streamer changes are the most egregious that they don't have, and it's ridiculous that it's not in the game already. So have a streamer mode in game. This makes it so when they click the button, maybe an integration with OBS so that it hides the start match button, something like that, or it doesn't necessarily show that you've started searching for the match, something along these lines, but just a streamer mode in game, something you can check on, and now you're in streamer mode. In streamer mode, your name as a streamer should be barcoded. It should just go to lines.
It should just say the operator. I think I said this before. It should just say the operator, like
or
Ash
something, or
whoever. But Kisser.
That works.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah, that works. I don't so much mind this in game. I don't mind if the streamer's name comes up in game, but especially when they're like searching for matches and things like that up at the top, you can give like your picture and all that kind of stuff. Once you've already joined a random game, it shouldn't be so much of an issue. as long as they've integrated it properly, so people can't follow you into a match.
Well, I mean, I know for like people like Macy J, like he doesn't really get Q sniped that often, but I mean, so many people know who he is because he
okay.
doesn't ever change his name. Like a lot of
Mhm.
these other streamers, like they're constantly changing their name every month to try to
Right.
avoid people knowing who they are. But he just leaves his name Macy J, so he gets into a match and
And then people
instantly
pick on him.
you know it because the people on his team are like, "Oh, play with Macy J," like, and then like the obviously the people on the other team, they're like, "Oh, is Macy J on the other side? Like, let me pull up his stream,"
Gotcha. Okay.
So
So
and
yeah,
that's
that would
what I was
need to
saying
be.
with like the name, like
Yeah.
if they just like you're saying like maybe barcoded it or something, I don't know.
Yeah, not sure how that would
the
work,
way
but
that Fortnite does it, and Apex may do this too. I'm not sure. I know they have like some kind of like streamer mode where it has the name, but I know in Fortnite it just says like whatever skin you're wearing. Like it just says like Bright Barmer number 1345, in the kill feed or whatever.
it's killed by John Wick over and over.
Right.
And so for the last thing in streamer mode that I could think of was theater mode added for machinimas. Oh no, there's another thing down here. So theater mode needs to be added. This is not necessarily a streamer thing, but I think it could be sold as that, like a theater mode
For content
okay,
creation.
so Siege is actually one of the only games that they do their matches in real time. Because I know that CS:GO and other games. I'm trying to think of any examples off the top of my head, but I can't think of it. But like CS:GO matches are shot beforehand, and then they just watch the theater of those. That way, you could always do a replay, or if there's some sort of problem, you can look at that. If you missed the action, you can go to that player. I think Siege really needs this from a content creation standpoint. People making machinimas do them in theater mode, like. How many
I would use the hell
creators,
out of it, to be honest.
Yeah, how many creators can you think of off the top of your head that could really get a use out of machinimas in theater mode? How much original content could be made by people with machinimas? Like imagine this.
I don't
Badger
know why
right
Call
now,
of Duty doesn't have it.
They used to. I
loved it back then, man.
Imagine
get in there and get those fucking knife kills across the map.
I used to do it in Halo 5 all the time.
Man.
Imagine if Badger, instead of using those like animated things that he does for his videos, imagine if he had a theater mode. Like that would be so cool. Or like even Tuxbird, like imagine taking Tuxbird's audio and adding it in game. How fun that would be. Yeah. So I think that content creation really needs an overhaul, and I think that theater mode is really the way to do it. And then the last thing was more Twitch integrations, actually bringing Twitch on board into the game. I know other games have this where, like Fortnite, you can bring it on board. Apex, you can get like Twitch overlays directly for things. So I think that'd be really cool to bring into Rainbow Six. The other change that I had for Season 4, maybe this is a little controversial, but this thing I called it the weapon shuffle, or the weapon updates and changes. So basically this means that some ops would get weapons taken away or changed, and some would get some added. There are operators in this game. I think that every operator needs to have a primary, a shotgun, and a secondary. And there are ops in the games that do not necessarily have that as an option.
Yep. Well, like Glaz, I don't think Glaz should have a shotgun.
Callie with a shotgun.
So
okay, that's fair.
Or maybe give her like the secondary,
Callie.
like Mozzie.
There are exceptions, but for the majority of the time, I think those should be presented to you as an option. And there are some operators like IQ.
Bring back recruit.
Like there are some operators like IQ, like Rook, like Doc, who have too many weapons at their disposal. And I think that some of those should be taken away. Really. Yeah, I think the P90 should be taken away from Doc and Rook. And I'm sure that we all know of some operators in the game that don't necessarily... Yeah, Jackal has the PDW, doesn't necessarily need that.
Dude, put the PDW on defense. Give it to Castle.
Jackal has 2 shotguns, a pistol,
give it to
and
Knock.
an SMG, and an assault rifle.
Oh, that would be sick. That would be sick.
But this is
Yo,
like,
I don't know if y'all have played with Knock since the patch, man. She's actually a lot of fun now.
I've heard.
oh yeah,
I've had some pretty
I'll have to
nasty
give her a
plays
shot.
with her.
I'll have to give her a shot.
Because you can actually use her suppressor now. Because essentially, if you put the suppressor on it, it's back to the damage that it was.
Oh,
like,
okay.
Pre buff, but without the suppressor. So like,
Yeah.
if you were able to use the FMG9 before, like without a suppressor, then using it with a suppressor now, you're actually doing the same amount of damage, but it's
Yeah.
silenced. So it actually like works with her kit a lot better.
I would just like to see some reshuffling with weapons. I think like having the MPX on Warden is a waste. I think he needs something better, like the P90. Knock. Okay, just from like a visual standpoint, Knock having the FMG breaks my brain. Why would you take a carbon kit underwater? That is a terrible idea. Terrible idea. Give Knock like the MP5.
Because you can fold it up, man. That's why you just fold it up.
Can you
so
imagine
you
all the moving Can you imagine all the moving parts that water would get into and ruin? It hurts my brain.
You got like WD-40 it before you like
FMGs.
fight with it. Like, hold on, give me a second. Let me get the rust off this bitch.
You gotta take like standard kit has WD-40 and a can of air compressed air on it, so you can spray it out first.
Right.
The FMG is a shit gun in real life anyway. It really is.
It's a really terrible carbine kit. The Roni's way better.
Yes. Oh, 100%. And that's a pistol.
Right.
Well, so's the FMG. It's still just a Glock 18. Like it literally works the same.
No, it's
you,
a
No, it's
not. It's a foldable machine. It's a foldable machine gun.
Well,
it's
yeah,
but
it's a Glock 18.
It uses
Is
a
it a
Glock
Glock?
18C as a base. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, they just modded it to be foldable.
Well, that's his problem. It's a freaking Glock. Glocks are garbage.
Yeah. It's a Glock that has the foldable magazine. They actually sell it. If you fold it right, there's a foldable Glock that's in I think it's still experimental, but if you fold the magazine, it's like if you have like a standard 13 round mag or something like that, it's like the size of your phone or something like that. Like it has the same profile in your pocket.
I hate Glocks.
Anyway,
yeah, back on
I just think I think there needs to be a shuffling. The same with the Castle's a really good argument for this. It has a terrible gun. I think it needs to get shuffled with a different gun. And I understand that this is going to throw off balancing somewhat, but I think like in this, you also kind of adjust damages and things. And I think not all of them are going to need adjusting. I don't necessarily think that's the case. I don't know. I just think that
take the 416 away and give the P90 to Jaeger. See how many people get pissed.
No. I don't actually like the P90.
People would break their game.
I'm an MP5 guy myself, so
I hate any gun that has I hate any gun that has any amount of vertical or horizontal recoil. So I stay away from the P90 personally, but it's not terrible. It's not the worst. It's not like the way Ella's recoil used to be, and I understand it's overpowered now. But God, the recoil was always like any gun that randomly shoots off to the side, and I can miss because of that. Like with Call of Duty, yes, they go off to they have horizontal recoil, but it's always in one direction, right? It's always like it always
it's
goes
not like
up
the
to the left
SMG
or up
12
to the
where
right.
it's just like
yeah, I hate the SMG 12.
Bro, I was trying to use that thing today just to like.
Me too. Oh man,
it's so fun.
You can't use it, bro.
But it's so bad.
Like it's such a cool gun, but
terrible.
it's like you can't use it. You literally
It's
can't.
awful.
Even close range, like it's like, man, you could probably still die, even like 2 feet away from somebody.
Going off of your idea, Sam, I don't necessarily disagree, but I don't agree 100%. I think some ops could really benefit from that. Like Warden is a phenomenal example. I think Warden, since he has the MPX, is a horrible op. I think Warden is a great operator. I really do like his.
What
I
if,
really
what
do
if they
like his
gave
ability.
Warden the
You should give
MP5S?
him the MP5.
Well, I was gonna say give him
Yeah.
the MP5S because he's supposed to be like.
Is that Echoes?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. I think that's a phenomenal. I think Warden needs something.
Because he's like Secret Service, and they used MP5s.
Give him any MP5.
Well, if they gave him
really, I
like
don't
an
care which
MP7,
one.
that'd be cool too, right? Like
Yeah.
an MP7 would be something very much compact. Even the FMG would make more sense for Warden.
Yeah, it would.
As a compact.
What's that fucking gun that Knock has in like it was before she was like officially released? but it was like the promotional picture of it, and it's like some silence like rifle,
Hold on.
and it's got like this weird like hand
I'm not sure.
like grip on it on the stock, or not the stock, but the
Looking.
barrel.
I use it in my thumbnails because it looks fucking badass as hell.
Oh, you're talking. So this is, if it's the same one where I was looking at, this one's from DeviantArt. Never mind. What she has in this one is an M4, but it has like this space arm stock and stuff like that.
Right. Yeah.
It almost looks like it's an underbarrel. Oh no, it almost looks like there's an underbarrel on it.
I'm looking.
Let me see. I use it in my
Show me.
thumbnails. That's what it is. It's like an M4.
Yeah, it's the M4 with like the CQR
stock
stock and.
Yeah.
Yep. I know exactly. This is the space gun in Tarkov.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm just like, where did that gun go? Why didn't she do that?
Well, they were going to give
honestly,
her a
I think what it was is that the developers were like, they came up.
They
with
didn't want to make a new gun.
Well, they came up with the idea for her, and they were like,
"That's exactly what I'm saying."
I don't know. They're like, I don't know. People are gonna freak out when we tell them it goes invisible.
I hate recycled weapons.
And she's silent, and the people are gonna freak out, and they did. Like when they released that operator at the, what was that, the major? Or I think it was at the major.
No, that was
her.
That was Mozzie.
It was in Paris, right?
Oh, maybe in Paris. I don't know. I didn't watch it.
It wasn't Paris. It was in Milan. It was the end of. It was season 9. Yeah,
right.
It was the end of season 9, I believe.
I remember they announced her, and everybody, Reddit fucking blew up. They're like,
every time I bring up Milan, I have to say White Stairs every time. If Don's listening, White Stairs.
Rippy G.
But right. But I'm just like, I'm pretty sure that they were like, all right, look, we can't give her a good gun. Like, we have to nerf her somehow, like a pre-nerf, if you will, because they're like, she's got to be too powerful. And then lo and behold, she comes out, and everybody's like, "Ooh, she's garbage.
She's
she
garbage."
Sucks.
That's what I said.
She sucks, And it's like, if they had just stuck with it, and like, like even if they didn't give her a new gun, like, give her a fucking an attacker gun, like give her an assault rifle,
Give
like
her the PDW. I mean, if you're gonna give her an SMG.
Right, she doesn't have any throwables. Like, all she has is a breaching charge and a claymore, and then her ability, like, nobody even uses fucking cameras half the time in this game.
I think
they're just running around peeking everything. They don't even use a fucking camera.
I know it's a defender gadget, but I think Nox should get impact grenades.
Yeah, I mean that might be.
I think that'd be cool.
That'd be interesting. That'd be kind of interesting.
Or
I
give
like
her
that
real
idea.
grenades.
Well, Zofia has impact grenades.
Yeah, but that's different.
exactly
Like I think Nox actual she can have a claymore or impact grenades. I don't know why the defender and the attacker gadgets are different, or your two, whatever.
I don't know, because I mean the whole like idea behind her kit is that she's supposed to be like
a breaching charge, not secret.
I know,
like,
but
slap
maybe
it on a wall. It sounds like a freaking
Make
it
dinner.
I mean,
it's a silence breaching charge.
They didn't really have
they put
anything
a
else to
pillow
give
on
her.
the side.
That's what. Well, they have impact grenades. I think impact grenades are perfect for her.
I kind of like what you were saying there, Aaron, about like giving defender gadgets like over to attackers and attacker gadgets over to defenders.
Not all of them.
Like
Obviously,
imagine putting up a deployable shield as an attacker. That actually wouldn't be too bad. If you can risk it and put up a deployable shield for cover, like how impressive would that be?
That way you could actually like hold on to, like when you take control of certain locations on map, it might give you a better chance of holding on to it.
I think
from what I was thinking is like what was I gonna say? Bulletproof cams actually would be a really good thing for attackers to have. Imagine like laying a bulletproof camera behind you of places that you've already cleared so you can't get flanked.
Well, I mean, I guess the argument for that is that you've already got 2 mobile cams.
That's true.
Yeah, but they're not bulletproof. Exactly.
They're mobile.
But you're giving up. But you're giving up something. So you're giving up, your flashbangs, your claymore, your breaching charge. You're giving up that for that bulletproof camera.
I don't think
or for those impacts.
I don't think it'd be worth it though.
Yeah.
You need those.
It'd be an option. Right, but for knock, for Nock to have impact grenades, I think that would be worth it.
Yeah.
No.
I don't, and
Okay.
I don't think it'd be overpowered.
No, I don't think so either. All right. I think that kind of wraps up everything. Like I said, I do want to go over like what kind of content we want to see. I know Aaron kind of had that in his, but I want to save like the majority of that discussion for after Invitational when they announce what they're going to announce because it's so close.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I think we might as well
'Cause
save
we can
that for after
speculate
that.
all we want, but I mean,
Right. So I
facts
think
are
by
gonna be the
next
facts.
episode, groups will have started because they start next Friday.
Right.
So we'll be able to talk about that somewhat.
Awesome.
we'll
So
we'll get to see 2 of the Latin competitors go home. That'll be great.
Well, at least one of them, right?
Yeah.
Right. Well,
What are
2
you
of
talking
them,
about?
right? Because they're literally going up against each other, like 4 of them.
At least one will be going home. There
Right.
might be 2. There's the likelihood of there being 2 is quite high.
Well, it's 4 of them. 4 of the Latin American teams. Or
It's
no,
3.
it's
No,
3
it's
of them.
3 and there's an
it's 3 of
APAC.
'em.
Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah.
At least one of them is definitely going home.
Yes.
Right.
At
I
least
have the
one.
groups
The
pulled up.
likelihood of it there being 2 is quite high, just statistically.
Yeah, pretty likely.
Yeah. So.
sucks, man.
Yeah, we'll
I
have
hate
that to
that.
talk about. Yeah, I know. I'm not thrilled. I think we talked about that last week. Not too thrilled about
Yeah.
that. We'll have that to talk
Oh
about
my
next week.
god, yeah. Group
And
C.
then, do we have any listener questions for right now? Anything?
I do not.
Okay. All right. And I had to kill my stream, so.
Rip.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's it for tonight. Like I said, we'll be talking about groups, probably getting ourselves prepped up for the Invitational next week. And
I'm
besides that, we
excited.
will. Yeah, I'm definitely excited as well. My hype for Invitational is beyond compare.
I'm almost more excited to just like hear what's gonna happen in year 5.
I love him.
I know
all the
I
time.
know I'm like getting ahead of myself because like we still gotta watch the damn match, but I'm like, come on, get to the end of it so I know what's happening, you know? Like I'm
I guess
pretty pumped for
I
year
should
5,
throw
man.
this here in at the end as well, kind of hopping on that idea. I will be hosting a watch party for the Invitational for the last day. So the event where they give the announcements and then the final match, I'll be hosting a watch party. I know Aaron will be coming over to my house since he lives close enough. But I'll also be
I
hosting
wasn't
it
invited.
You're
are.
invited.
You're invited.
You're invited. I'm hosting it over Discord as well. Is the idea.
Okay.
So
Right.
basically, what it'll be is I'll have a couple webcams set up, and then I'll start casting those webcams. I mean, I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do that. I'll probably have to do it through a Discord, maybe a stream. I'm not sure. I'll figure it out. But I'll have the
Depends on the
cams.
internet.
Yeah, I'll have the cams up so everybody can watch with us and kind of participate, and I'll and be able to participate that way. So they'll be online and in person. So that's the plan. I will have some more details once they tell us like what time the grand finals will be. I'll let you guys know what time we'll start the party and things like that. So that's coming up in the works, and we'll see y'all next week. All right, see ya.
All right.
Adios.
See you guys.